This video is a full walkthrough of all 32 steps end to end. I'll name each step, the topical lesson it points to, and the dependency that binds it to other steps. The pace is brisk on purpose. The PDF in the resources folder carries the visual. This narration carries the dependency logic, which step has to happen before which steps can run in parallel, and which steps have hard external deadlines that change the order. Track along on the PDF as I walk. You don't have to memorize anything. You just need to know roughly where the sequence is taking you before you're inside any individual step. 32 steps from co-founder to operating practice. Step 1 is the in-business confirmation. Step 32 is the first tax filing closed. Everything between those two endpoints is the founding work. The PDF in the resources lists every step with its topical lesson pointer, its prerequisites, and its parallel work markers. I'll walk the 8 phases of the sequence in this video. Then in the topical modules, you'll come back to whichever step you're on and execute it one at a time. That layering is what keeps the work in shape. Phases for orientation, steps for execution. Steps 1 through 7 are confirm and decide, entity decisions before any filings happen. Step 1 is the IRS hobby loss test, covered in Module 2.1, which is how you confirm you are operating a business and not a hobby. Step 2 is solo versus partnership at 2.2. Partnership work changes everything downstream. Steps 3 and 4 are personal brand versus entity branding at 2.3 and naming at 2.4. These can run in parallel. Step 5 is state of formation at 2.5. Step 6 is engaging the attorney from Module 3.4 if your situation calls for one, which can run alongside steps 3 through 5. Step 7 is the entity type decision at 4.1, LLC, corporation, or something more exotic. Steps 8 through 13 are the filings, the paperwork that creates the entity in the eyes of the state and the IRS. Step 8 is engaging the bookkeeper early at Module 3.2, before the first transaction lands, because the chart of accounts has to be designed before transactions start posting to it. Step 9 is filing the LLC at 4.2. Step 10 is getting the EIN at 4.3. 10 minutes online once the LLC exists. Steps 11 through 13 are state registration, the local business license, and the DBA if you need one, covered in 4.4 through 4.6. These last 3 usually run in parallel because they involve different government agencies that don't depend on each other. Steps 14 through 19 build the tax, banking, and bookkeeping infrastructure. Steps 14 and 15 are state tax accounts and sales tax registration at 5.1 and 5.2. Sales tax only applies in some states for coaching services. Step 16 is opening the business checking and the separate tax reserve savings account at 6.2 through 6.4. Step 17 is the business credit card at 6.5. Step 18 is the bookkeeping software peak and the chart of accounts setup at 7.1 and 7.2. Step 19 is the receipts, mileage, and home office substantiation systems at 7.5 through 7.7. These steps are mostly clerical, but the order matters because the chart of accounts has to exist before transactions start. Steps 20 through 25 bind insurance and bring payment infrastructure online. Steps 20 through 22 engage the insurance broker at 3.5 and bind errors and omissions, disability, and health policies at 14.1 and 14.4 through 14.5. The AI exclusion check on the E&O policy is the part most coaches miss until a renewal. Step 23 brings the payment processor live at 8.1 and 8.2, Stripe is the typical first pick for solo coaches. Step 24 writes the deposit, cancellation, and refund policies that will sit in every engagement letter at 8.6 and 9.1. Step 25 sends the first invoice at 8.4. The first invoice is the moment the practice goes operational. Steps 26 through 30 are the tax and retirement discipline that compounds year over year. Step 26 engages the CPA at Module 3.3, not before the entity is formed, but before the first quarterly estimated payment is due. Step 27 is the S-corp election decision at 410, if the income level warrants the additional complexity. Step 28 starts the quarterly estimated tax payments at 11.4. Step 29 activates the tax reserve methodology at 6.4 and 16.2 and makes the first transfer. Step 30 opens the retirement vehicle at 13.2 through 13.9, solo 401k, SEP IRA, or simple IRA depending on the structure. Each one of these creates an annual habit that compounds. Steps 31 and 32 activate the annual cycle and close out year one. Step 31 turns on the annual and monthly cadence at 17.1 through 17.10, the bookkeeping reviews, the quarterly tax payments, the annual insurance renewals, the year-end tax document collection. Step 32 is closing year one with the first tax filing at 17.1 through 17.5 and 15.1. That filing is the proof that the founding sequence worked. After step 32, the founder phase ends. The operator phase begins, which is what running a coaching business, the next course in the series, picks up. Step 32 is the founder-operator handoff and naming the boundary matters. Before step 32, you're founding. After step 32, you're operating. The identity changes. The founder built a thing that did not exist yet, decision by decision, with a lot of one-time work that never repeats. Entity formation, EEN application, first-time CPA engagement. The operator inherits the thing the founder built and runs it on a cycle. Monthly bookkeeping, quarterly tax, annual close, recurring client work. Running a coaching business assumes you arrive with the founder phase complete. Most operator content gets confusing if you try to apply it before step 32 is done. Find your step before the next video. Open the default map PDF. Find the lowest numbered step that isn't marked done. That's your current step. Watch the topical lesson it points to. Execute the step. Come back to the map. Mark it done. Find your next step. Repeat. The map is the index, the topical modules are the chapters, and the founding pack capstone in module 20 is the proof. From here, you walk one step at a time until step 32 closes. The pace is yours. The order is the map's.